I seen this video on YouTube earlier, and this brother was saying some true stuff that I've been saying for years now, um, about President Donald Trump, and a lot of people just didn't understand, and I get it, and I get it at this point. At this point, I kind of got an understanding, um, that some people don't get it, some people never gonna get it, right? Because there's a blockage, right? And until that blockage removed, and the only person in some of these situations, only way the blockage is gonna be moved is by God Himself. Some of them, I guess, they're gonna have to meet the right person, somebody that they must love or understand or respect. That's gonna have to tell them. But some people just not gonna get it. Um, as a black man, specifically, but as an American first, Donald Trump did more for this country than any other president. He was the best thing that happened to America, but specifically, he was the best thing that happened for blacks. And of course, he had a lot of blacks who supported him, such as myself. But it's more blacks that hate him, especially the older blacks, that hate him. And for one, they never can tell you why. They never can give you a specific reasoning, take you to that reason, and stand on it. It's always some. First of all, if they even can, if they can put their emotions aside for a second, because most of them can't even get past the emotional. But if they can get past the emotional and actually have a conversation with you, they gonna deny all the irrefutable receipts that you have and stand on he racist, and they have no proof of that, but the far left liberal lying media who and their favorite celebrities who was brainwashed, and they gonna tell you all this regurgitated BS about how he racist, this, that, and the third. And you can't change some people's mind. I did it. I've tried it. I presented the receipts. I presented everything to show them that this man was not only the best option for America, but the best option for black people. Um, and not to mention that what we going through right now in this country is, um, especially on the financial side, well, all sides, because the war in Russia would never have started had Trump been in there. The economy wouldn't be where it's at, so on and so forth. But like I say, going back to blacks, Trump gave black people an opportunity of a lifetime, and myself and this brother that's about to speak, and a lot of black people I know took advantage of that. Of took advantage of that jump and push. People built careers off Donald Trump. Not to mention, when I say build career, people like a lot of black conservatives in support of Trump built. They came up from they came out of nowhere, and now they got platforms, shows, and successful YouTube channels because of this man. And what they were saying, in promoting of him, people got along with what they were saying, and these people are very smart people, such as Candace Owens and Angela Stanton King, so on and so forth. And these people, Donald Trump was amazing. Donald Trump, and if black people was able to think for themselves, which is so sad to say as a black man, and it's unfortunate, but we don't think for ourselves. A lot of time in the black community, we think as a group. We think as the quote unquote my people. We idolize celebrities, actors, rappers, singers, and whatever they say, we tend to listen to it, athletes. And so, because all of these celebrities were saying, "Hey, Donald Trump racist, vote for Joe Biden," which is all of them quiet now. All those celebrities who stood by Biden and told us to vote for Biden and all this and all that. These celebrities are quiet now, right? They did not double down on what they were saying because they see that they see that Biden is running this country, and a lot of them investors and they investments, and even the people in the world who not celebrities, but they the upper echelon of the world, got corporate job, their 401ks, um, have been wiped out, on the brink of being wiped out. If you are somebody who got timeshares, your yearly fees have damn near doubled. And so this man has ruined the economy. Inflation is at an all-time high. I can go on and on. And Donald Trump warned people of this. Donald Trump warned people of everything that was about to happen. Um, and so, dealing with black people, man, we voted against this man, most of us, and still today hate him for no apparent reason, bro. Right? And he gave people an opportunity to be steps ahead, man. He gave people opportunities while he was in office to be light years ahead. He gave the black community an opportunity to be light years ahead and get ahead financially. And some took it, don't get it twisted, but most was too blind to take it and accept it. Not only because it was coming from Trump, but they was just too caught up in the moment and hating him so much that they wasn't able to see the benefit that he was providing for specifically the black community. And I'm not even gonna get into what he had planned if he'd have got reelected, which he named the Platinum Plan, which was strictly for the black community. When they asked Kamala what she was gonna do for the black community, she said nothing. She said, "I'm focused on America as a whole." That should have been right then and there a deal breaker. Or when Biden said, "If you don't vote for me, you ain't black," that these two things should have been deal breakers for blacks. Okay, Kamala said she not gonna do nothing for us. Trump saying he got a Pacific plan for us. Biden telling us, "If you don't vote for me, you ain't black." This should have been deal breakers for black, but they so both blacks are so stuck on the Democratic plantation and so brainwashed and dumbed down and don't do their own research, think as a group, listen to celebrities, idolize celebrities, and listen to everything they say, that they went voted against themselves. And so, like I said, I was listening to this video and this man said something that was very true. Um, and before I get into this video, um, you know, he gave black people an opportunity to start something. Of course, we so far behind as a black community for obvious reasons that it was going to take more than one president in 4 years to do something for us. But he laid the foundation. He gave HBCUs long-term funding, which Biden eventually cut, but he gave HBCUs long-term funding, and he even put them their own office in the White House so other administrations got to continue to keep funding them. While all these other administrations, including the fallen Messiah, aka Obama, made black schools beg for money. Um, he freed over 7,500 prisoners, 91% black on the First Step Act, and had a Second Step Act had he been reelected. He achieved the lowest black unemployment rate in history, achieved the largest job gain for African Americans on record. The black youth unemployment rate while he was in office reached an all-time high. Black Americans saw the largest increase in home ownership. The poverty rate for African Americans reached the lowest level ever recorded during the Trump-Pence administration. It's on record that he lifted 6.6 million people out of poverty, the largest poverty reduction of any American president. And he also got companies to invest over $100 billion in Opportunity Zone, which is the hood, that's why the unemployment rate was so low for blacks. And he gave us a lift up. And of course, if he'd have been reelected, he was gonna double down on all that and do it better. That's why he had a plan this time specifically for us called a Platinum Plan. Right? We had an opportunity. And for the ones who took it, we was cut short because most blacks was too dumbed down, brainwashed to believe that this man wasn't for us and for this country. Not to mention the white liberals, but they not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about my community because my community is hurting. And he gave us a step to move in the right direction, and we was going to take that step and build a staircase, and he was going to help us had he been reelected. Hopefully he had that same energy when he reelected in the future, but I'm just gonna talk about right now. But we took him out, right? And that's another reason why the media hated this man. This is why the Obamas hated him or Hillary hated him, because they exposed a lot, right? Because they exposed that Donald Trump exposed them, and not just by the thing that he was saying, by the thing that he was doing. For him not to be a politician, but yet he can come in office and release black people, give money to black communities, give money to HBCUs, and do all the stuff he did for black people, and he wasn't even a politician. What it did was put a magnifying glass on Barack Obama and the Clinton and all these other Democrat and black leaders, because all these stuff that all these facts that I read, y'all, the Black Caucus didn't even clap or stand for him when these things were being read out. But that's why people were so mad at him, because he put a microscope on the Democratic Party. He put a microscope on Barack Obama. He put a microscope on the Clintons and all these people who so-called love black people, and said, "Hey, if I can come in president, I can come in our White House as somebody who not even a politician and do all this for black people. Why haven't y'all been doing it?" Barack Obama was in office. He had the House and the Senate behind him, and he did none of these things. President Trump had the House and the Senate against him, and he still passed these things, right? So that's one of the reasons why the Obamas and the Clintons, just to name a few, really hate Trump, because he exposed them by the thing that he did, and it showed that if he could do these things, only been in office for 47 months, why haven't y'all did none of these things, and y'all been in politics for years, including Joe Biden? But I'm gonna let y'all listen to what this brother had to say, and I'm gonna chime in.
We had an opportunity, homie, and I think we missed it. And I think it's gonna be 20 years.
You think he'll get reelected if he ran in 2024?
I want to say yes, but I don't think the alphabet boys and girls go let him.
I agree.
Yeah, y'all don't think the LGBT community go let him.
I don't think black women will.
Well, the feminists, between the feminists, the LGBT community, uh, he made a few remarks toward Israel, as if Israel owe him something. So I think you know, I think the Jews may not back him. Uh, but uh, with the Russians having the ability to meddle in our elections, I'm betting on the Russians.
Do you
The last time I had to cancel my subscriptions, it took me 2 hours. Now, I use Rocket Money.
do you think that it's even possible to work with most black people? Because I got this philosophy, right? And my thought process is some of them, like, it's almost like you got to cut some of them off. You know what I'm saying?
You do.
Like, it's like it's
I want to pause this 1 second as I chime in. What this brother just said is true. He said a mouthful with one sentence. At this point moving forward, I tell my fellow black conservative, focus on your children and focus on the youth. Um, and that's one of my. I got a foundation that I haven't all the way been able to get off the. It's off the ground, but I haven't been able to get off the ground like I wanted to. And it's called a Just Us Foundation, and what that foundation is going to be about is, going around the United States, teaching young black men and women on how important it is to vote, and how important politics is, and how can it affect your life, and how not to vote for people because they're black, not to vote for people because they're gender, but to vote for them by policies only that suit you, your family, and the country better, especially if you're a Christian, to vote with political views. And I want to start this and I want to start young. The Just Us Foundation does other things, but that's one of the main focuses going to be, because a lot of black people don't vote, and they don't even feel like it's important to vote, because they feel like they vote don't matter, which is wrong. But as his brother said, that you just gotta cut some of them off. A lot of them, they had that, like I said at the beginning of what I was saying in this video, a lot of them have that mental blockage. And until that mental blockage is cleared, which is I see every day when I'm on the internet, and I'm moving around different states in the South, and I'm speaking with older black people, just getting their thoughts on politics. They are stuck on the Democratic plantation. They are stuck believing Trump is racist, and all the stuff I said he did, all the stuff I tell them, all the stuff I show them, for them not to be able to receive this man and understand and put their emotions to the side and know that this man is a better for our country. You just gotta cut them off, man. You gotta stop wasting time with them, and you gotta cut them off because you don't want to have that type of energy, because it's an energy, right? It's an energy that's blocking them from the truth, right? We know what energy that blocks the truth. You got two energies: a pro-truth energy and a pro-emotion and a pro-false energy, and we know what that is. And so you just gotta cut people off, and I've had to do it. It hurted me sometimes. Especially when it's somebody you love, whether it be a family or a friend, and they just don't get it. You have to cut them off. Now, I'm not saying hate on them, wish bad. No, you wish them well. You wish them well. You keep praying for them. Don't give up, because God can change their heart at any time. But when they got these the black man is the black, all this foolishness that black people like to, this foolish rhetoric, this foolish victim entire, this foolish victimized rhetoric that most blacks like to spit, because really that's all the Democratic Party do. That's how they keep blacks trapped on the Democratic plantation, because they always bring race involved in everything, and they know once they say use race, black people get hypnotized, and you can bring them wherever they want to go once you bring race into it. And so you just gotta cut some of them off. Don't waste your time, as the Bible say. Don't waste what's holy on dogs. Don't cast your pearls to swine, because what they're going to do is trample over those pearls and try to attack you. And this is what happened. You'll tell these people, and I've experienced, you'll give these people advice, give these people wisdom on something that you are educated on, and not only will they refuse it, some of them will turn around and try to attack you physically or verbally or physically. And so you just got to cut them off. But I'm going to let them finish, and I'm going to chime in.
It's like a group of them that you just got to cut off, and in order for you to really even be able to build with a group of people, it can't be all of them, because white people don't mess with all white people.
Well, that's what we fail to realize.
Once again, brothers, sisters, a lot of y'all gonna have to move forward with y'all life. Stop wasting, because I want to say this, because what he just said mean a lot. This whole thinking as a group, my people, my people, my people. Let's get something understood. Everybody, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Everybody is not your people. We have to understand, as black people, this is a hard truth, but it is the truth. I'm not going to even say most, but I want to say most, because that's how it seems. But I'm going to keep my community in prayer. People that is melanated, because that's my community, whether I like it or not. But I love it. I love my people. I'm not going to say my people. I love black people. I love my complexion. If I could die and come back, I love my hair. I love my skin. I would be black all over again. But some black people you just got to cut off. Once again, we have to understand that, my brothers, some of these, and this is to my brothers who gonna wake up from listening to my channel, because like I said, I'll touch everything on this channel. But for the brothers who gonna discover me, you gotta understand. Listen, brothers, some of y'all gonna have to let y'all partners, brothers, sisters, cousins, cut them off. Because a lot of black men, I hate to say it, are gonna die in the streets or die in prison. That's their destiny, and you can't stop them. No matter what you tell them, they gonna sell dope, they gonna slang iron, they gonna do all the stuff that they feel is okay or cool or whatever, until either they get soaked to that or they end up in prison. That's their future. To my sisters, some of y'all who getting enlightened and understanding that your body is a temple, and it's not for every man, and once a lot of times we get enlightened, and there's nothing wrong with that, but a lot of times we get enlightened and we feel as though we gotta share our light with everybody, and that's cool. But once again, like I said, you can't always catch what's holy on dogs, and a lot of these my sisters, it's not gonna listen to what you saying and listen to what you telling them. They gonna follow the city girls, and they gonna Suki Hana. They gonna continue to have babies out of wedlock, and they gonna die alone with 6 or 7 kids on Section 8. That's just what it is. They gonna always be used as cum buckets, because that's a destiny that they chose for themselves, right? It's no one's fault. Now, it is, in some situations, it is their parents' fault. Let's not be, because you know a lot of people you know you can't, you gotta always understand people's situation, and a lot of these young men, and I'm gonna speak on that another time, but a lot of these young men wasn't raised with their father, so they chose the streets. A lot of these women was molested or wasn't raised with their father, so they looking for attention through men, and they think sex is the only way that they can get a man and whatever. So, and you just gotta let them go. It's hard, and you know if God puts something on your heart, a message to deliver them, or you want to try to speak life into them, power to you. God bless. I wish you all the best, but you gotta understand, some brothers and sisters can't come to where we going. And I'm gonna finish, let him finish, and I'm gonna chime in.
We think we're all one.
Yeah.
Even in the Arab world, you got the Shiite Muslims, and you got all these different things that separates everybody from being one. Even in Africa, all Africans don't think they're one.
I agree. That's true.
Nowhere on the planet.
That's true.
Nowhere on the planet. Maybe except North Korea.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe except North Korea. Bro, nigga, everybody ain't one. Man, that's probably the only place on earth, man, is them motherfucking North Korean. And that Kim Jong, I love that motherfucker, but now.
You like Kim?
I love him.
Why's that?
Man, his little boy, homie, that got something to prove to the world, and he said I'm proving it. I see a leader. I see a young leader. He's the youngest leader of all of them in the world. He's proven that he belongs where he's at.
Yeah.
Well, whereas most kids, maybe like them British boys, they might can't rule. But nah, man, that little motherfucker there, he's proven that he can run their country, and he have a desire. If they'll let him, he have a desire to put his weapons down, man. If the world will embrace him and hear him out.
You think so? You think it's just a narrative just being painted
It is.
By the powers that be?
It is. Donald Trump, President Trump showed that at the time. You saw how happy I call him a kid. You saw how happy he was to take pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that?
He be having Rodman over there a lot.
Man, that was my next thing. When he brought the basketball niggas over there, so he brought Rodman over there. If you know what kind of spirit Dennis Rodman have, homie, it take a special kind of person to embrace a guy like Rodman.
Yeah.
But it take a good-spirited person. A mean-spirited motherfucker wouldn't dare even fuck with a nigga like Rodman.
Mm-hmm.
Rodman, homie. See, the Chinese government won't fuck with him.
Yeah.
That motherfucking Vladimir won't fuck with him.
He offered to go over there.
Well, Vladimir ain't got time to play.
They said Brittany Griner gonna do all 9 of them years. It's up to them.
If Trump become president, he gonna bring her home.
Think so?
I know so.
I don't think. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you though. See, I'm not sure that black people deserve a second term of Trump, bro. Cause he did. Trump freed Lil Wayne, or he got Lil Wayne out of his jail.
Kodak,
he freed Kodak. He even freed
A$AP Rocky.
The mayor of Detroit that was down for like 30-something years. I think
everybody had turned their
he
back
freed
on him.
Kwame. He freed Kwame.
And not only that, that little trouble that little motherfucker was A$AP Rocky.
Yep, he got him out. Yep, he did.
He didn't have to do that.
He did.
He didn't have to do that at all. I think this time it's not for black people, because it's too late for us to appreciate it.
Sad.
We could have gave
So
ourselves a
sad.
10-year push if we would have. We could have set ourselves 10 years ahead of where we are now, if we would have embraced them embraced him when he was in office those 4 years, elected him another four, man, we could, we would be, we, we would be vibrant, and economically, for as business wise. More black people under his term created businesses. But how many of those businesses are flourishing now?
Yeah.
All those people who started those LLCs and black people had a lot of money during the pandemic. They had a lot of money, and not just scamming. If we just be truthfully and honestly, man, a lot of people was getting $10, $20, $15,000 in unemployment money.
That back pay.
And the back pay at one time in lump sums, and then they was giving them an extra $2,000, $3,000 a week.
A lot of them ain't never seen that type of money.
Nah, and they was getting this at one time, a lump sum of money on top of $2,000 in food stamps.
Yeah.
Rent was suspended. The rent was suspended, so they had a chance, homie. We had a chance. I took advantage of it. I didn't do nothing illegally, but I took that opportunity to develop a business mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, trademarking, created a website. Yeah. I created that time not to scam for the money, but to figure out. I created a business mind. But now we had an opportunity, homie. And I think we missed it. And I think
people was in their house on lockdown, ain't have nothing to do, getting all this money like he said. You could have figured something out, built your online. This is so much. I don't have time, but I'm not gonna go into them. There's just so much you could have did. But most black people was too busy hating him. And if he'd have got reelected, we would have had another 4 years of these blessings. I'm gonna let him finish.
it's gonna be 20 years.
You think he'll get reelected if he ran in 2024?
He gonna need God help.
I want to say yes, but I don't think the alphabet boys and girls go let him.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't think the LGBT community go let him.
I don't think black women will.
Well, the feminists, between the feminists, the LGBT community, he made a few remarks toward Israel, as if Israel owe him something. So I think I think the Jews may not back him. But with the Russians having the ability to meddle in our elections, I'm betting on the Russians.
And I'm gonna bring that one in for conclusion. I'm gonna bring that in the conclusion, and yeah, man. Like I say, man. Hopefully he get in. Come 2024, I believe he will. I believe a lot of never Trumpers, they may not say nothing about it to their family or friend, but I think they gonna secretly vote for Trump. Because the country have got out of control, and he gonna once again have to come fix it like he had to do after Obama. Because Obama, as we all know, brought the country's economy to its knees, a recession, and we facing a second recession next year. Some of the top bankers say, but the Democratic Party is the party of the liberal people, and most people today are liberal, black and white. The Democratic Party got the support for most celebrities, especially dealing with the black community. Because the black community, they idolize the most of the blacks. They idolize these singers, rappers, athletes, and these athletes are all supporters of the liberal Democratic Party. So the only way Trump can be reelected in 2024 is if he have God on his side, and if he continue to humble himself. Because when he came out with his message of that he was gonna run again for president in 2024, I feel like he's a little bit more humbler now, because he knows that the establishment is not only after him and hate him, but they will try to destroy him. And I'm not saying he's afraid of that, because he got some real prayer warriors such as myself who keep him in prayer, so he gonna be okay. But sometimes God won't sin, but God will allow certain things to happen in our lives to humble us. And I think Trump have been humbled. I do think he do have some stuff in his heart that he upset about people betraying him, like this brother mentioned about Israel. Of course, Donald Trump was pro-Israel, and he signed a treaty for Israel, and he did all that stuff for Israel. And I believe some things happened. He might have made some statements I didn't hear, but I'm just going off what this brother said. Um, but he gonna need God help, and we know if God with you, don't matter who against you. So I thank y'all for watching this, man. I'm out.